What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Countdown Scouting Network. I'm your host, Joey Garcia. Um, I know you can't really see it because I'm in the small screen right now. We haven't had any content in probably about 2 weeks now. I apologize. I bought a house, I moved into it. I had trouble with my Wi Fi, finally got Wi Fi up. I got sick. And so it was just a whole mess for a couple weeks. But we're back. 1 week left until draft week. Um, so we're going to have a bunch of content coming out this week, next week, the week after that. We'll be grading all the picks. We'll have reactions from round one, reactions from day two, reactions from day three. I'm hoping to do a lot of stuff. So right now, let's get started. I got a lot of stuff I really want to go through. I think we're going for 3 videos, maybe 4 videos this week. So stay tuned for that. This one is about Texas running back Bijan Robinson, RB1 in the class. I don't think anyone has any running backs higher than him. I guess we'll go through. I wanted to put on some highlights in the background while I go through my scouting report of him and just talk about him. So I picked Just Bomb Productions. Just Bomb Productions does a bunch of highlight tapes for a bunch of different guys, and I don't know if it's a girl, if it's a guy, if it's a group of people, but they do a really good work. So go ahead and check out their channel. I'll go ahead and subscribe. This isn't my main account, so I'm subscribed on my other account. But let's get into Bijan Robinson. I'll have this stuff playing in the background while we go through it. All right, let me make sure there's no volume. There we go. All right, so Bijan Robinson is 5'11", 215 pounds, running back from Texas. Right here it says 6', 220. I do think he played around 220, 225. My comp for him, we'll go ahead with that first, is Melvin Gordon. If you remember Melvin Gordon coming out of Wisconsin, just like this, except I think Bijan's a little bit slower. He's a touch slower, but I think he's a lot more powerful. But his hands, he's got pure hands and everything. So we'll go through while this plays. Go through. I watched Alabama of 2022, Texas Tech of 2022, Kansas State 2022, and TCU of 2022. I thought the best game that I saw from him was that Kansas State game. The worst game that I saw from him was TCU. They have a bunch of guys on the line, and it wasn't really his fault for the most part. He's got really good vision, but I think that the offensive line was just getting stumped with them. So, all right, I think Bijan Robinson is going to be an all-purpose back in the league. He's powerful, he's explosive, and he's got really good pure hands. His vision is top-notch, and it's probably best in this class. He's scheme versatile, so you don't have to worry about if it's a zone running scheme, a gap running scheme. He can fit any scheme. Again, I've already said he reminds me of Melvin Gordon from the 2015 class from Wisconsin. Just his balance, his vision, his elusiveness, and again, his pure hands. As you can see on this, his speed's not elite, but it's good enough. He ran a 4.54, I believe, in the combine. And again, I think that's good enough. I think he slimmed down a little bit for the combine just to get that out. But again, he's an elite prospect. I have him as the number one running back in this class, as well as probably the best running back prospect to come out of college since Saquon Barkley. So again, Saquon was a better pass protector. Saquon's a little bit faster, but he's the best since him. He's got pure vision. So we'll get into it. The vision, very instinctual runner. His eyes are always reading his blockers from the moment the ball is snapped. He's quick to find a cutback and can bounce outside when nothing's there. His athleticism, I think he's got average NFL speed, but his burst and his explosiveness, his change of direction, he almost teleports at 220 pounds. Shifting from side to side is just elite for a guy his size. His contact balance is elite. Passing game, we'll talk about that a little bit. I think his hands are really pure. He's got really good hands. I think you could line him up in the slot on gadget plays, get him some bubble screens, as well as he can run every route that you would ask him to from inside the backfield. As you can see on that, he just ran a go ball, made an adjusted catch. He's got good route running for a running back. He's not a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs that's going to live on the outside and in the slot. But every once in a while in gadget plays, you could do that. He's a guy that's just going to run routes out of the backfield primarily. He's not the best pass protector. He tends to not sink his hips enough whenever he tries to block some guys. So that's a part of his game that he's going to need to work on. But again, he's good enough in everything else, and he's I don't want to say adequate. He's slightly below average in pass blocking. That it shouldn't affect him at all. Again, I have him as a 90 grade, 90 out of 100, which is a top 10 player. And like I already said, Melvin Gordon 2015. If you guys haven't seen what he looks like, I have him like that. This guy, Bijan Robinson, is a freak prospect. I think he does everything right. I've heard he's got good character, and he works hard as well in the offseason, so all good stuff there. Again, running back is a devalued position. We'll go ahead and stop this here. Running back's a devalued position, so even though I have a top 10 player grade on him, I don't know where he's going to fall. I think he can go as high as maybe 7. I think he can go as high as 7 to the Raiders. I think the most likely top 10 landing spot is Philly. I don't really think that they're going to grab him there. I think Philly's probably going to trade back. So he could go he won't, I'll say this now, he won't slip out of the first round, but probably most likely would be picked between like 17 and 25. That's where I have him. So again, he's my favorite running back prospect that I've scouted since doing this. I've been doing this since 2021. So again, this is my 3rd cycle. So, not a big sample size, but just from being a football fanatic and watching players and studying the draft, as I did before trying to do this big time, again, I don't see any running back that came out as a prospect better than him since Saquon Barkley. So I'll just put that out there. Again, any team that gets him, you're gonna love this kid. That's it. So this is my first time doing a player profile. So I apologize that it didn't go as smoothly as possible. But again, I hope we're gonna get a couple more of these out here. I want to do one on Jahmyr Gibbs. I want to do one on a couple of the offensive line prospects before the draft comes up on next Thursday. So I think we're 10 days away from the draft. So if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a comment about who I should do next, and leave a like on the video, and make sure you subscribe. We're gonna have a bunch more videos coming up in the next couple weeks because it is draft time, baby. All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.